last round, of course, then this is a real problem. Also, ratings and all these proposals. This is a job, of course, of clarification. And I would like to really take in your consideration what Mr. Dobrosyan said. It's absolutely right. In how many games is it? All? Nigel, wait, all? 5? The guy who, if somebody, they catch him for doping, it's obvious that he was cheating the whole period with doping when he was running or if he was participating in some event. But here, now, what we should decide? We wanted to decide that he was cheating in all games, actually. I think there are information, they can check the games, they can have an understanding in which games maybe he cheated. If he cheated 5, 6, 7, or 13, clarification and the committee which Ignatius proposed, they should go, check the games even, and come with a proposal. That we believe that this is. Because to go to a situation that we decide here, okay, we decide that he cheated in all games. It's different to ban him because he was cheating. Yes, he's banned by the Committee of Ethics. This is a job, 3 years. That's why it's not so simple. That's why I believe what Mr. Dobrosyan said. It's very logical. Nigel.
It has been proven beyond any doubt he was cheating in the Olympiad. And by analogy with other sports, you annul his results. And Ignatius Lyon has made a good point, an excellent point. There is a precedent. There is a clear precedent in FIDE's history for this. Results have been altered. They ought to be altered in this case. France obtained a draw against England by cheating. Now, are you going to say, well, because it's awkward, because somehow that may have affected the pairings, that you're going to abide by that? That's just wrong. You are letting people get away with an injustice, and actually a profound injustice. So there is a precedent, and I believe that this committee should examine these matters and come back with a proposal on this. Thank you.
Okay, this is only what we agree, all of us, this committee, because all the other things, really, this committee should study. There are very logical proposals here, and this committee should study all of them. So, do we agree for this committee? Thank you very much. Yes, we said, you see arbiters, you see Ignatius, arbiters and rules. Okay, thank you. Now, your point, please. And then Mr. Fogg.
Mr. Chairman, the advisory says that disciplinary sanctions imposed by national organ, National Chess Federation cannot affect FIDE rating or FIDE titles. Okay, we cannot change the FIDE rating and title, but we can always say, as the chairman agrees, that it should be hidden, rating should be hidden. The point 2, that whenever the Chess Federation take action against any player, he will be member for 1 year for the same federation and he will play. It is not acceptable to us because the point is we register the members to FIDE, we pay for their rating, it should be instantly done.
Mr. Fogg. Mr. Fogg, you want to speak or not?
Yes, I wish to speak to the same point, that the QC, we've had a lot of cases that have come to us where we've had to say, we can't really do anything, probably it has to go to ethics. So I'm delighted to see they've discussed it, they've come up with these ideas. My question is, what happens next? Do we take the words in their minutes as the new law and interpret or change our regulations accordingly? Or do we wait for them to if there is agreement in the assembly to their ideas, to put more flesh on them, are we supposed to be working in combination? We suggest some regulations, and they talk about them, send them back to say, is it in line with their thinking? This has been going on for a long time, and we do need to know how we're going forward from here.
Well, I just would like to add that we just tried to give an advisory opinion about the interpretation of the current rules. We underlined some shortcomings in the current rules, and we proposed that the competent video organ can suggest some possible changes to the current rules. Well, you are right that we probably even suggested some solution with the interpretation of the current rules. So, well, the rules are already existed, maybe you can apply. So about, for example, the problem that the ratings are just to be added and not to be deleted. But well, in our report we underline that still there are some relevant problems. So I think the competent organs have to draft a complete solution, if possible, or a complete regulations to deal with all the possible problems. Well, in this moment we are not discussing some specific cases, we are just discussing the general problems. So there are, it's sure that we had many cases in which it is a common problem.
So the answer is clear, yes, you should take into your consideration what they're suggesting actually. Yes, first year, Sundar, and then after.
Mr. Chairman, I have a small suggestion. Now the Ethics Commission has given their verdict in some of the cases. So why not we first take this up and pass this first? And this is the advisory note which they have given. It's just not relevant now. Now what is relevant is we have to approve the decisions taken by the Ethics Commission. There are two parts in it. One is the decisions taken by the Ethics Commission, the other is their advisory note. First let us see that whatever the Ethics Commission has said, let us approve it. And these things they have to deliberate it later, not now. Because a far wider implication, we have to take everyone's view on it. And so I would suggest that we just pass the decisions taken by the Ethics Commission now, and then leave the other things later.
Mr. Michael.
Yes, PD statutes say that we should not interfere with the federations and their individual problems. But I feel in the case of some federations, we need to offer some kind of mediation service. If we don't offer the mediation service, we're just ignoring the needs of players around the world who can't agree with their federations on disputes. I think that would be a positive step forward beyond the Ethics Committee if we mediated. Thank you.
Okay, I have a request from the Ethical Commission. For example, I'm now, even for Chestnut School Commission, I'm so afraid to send Roberto Riviera an email that he can take it to consideration for an appeal in the Appeals Commission, Ethics Commission. So, because, for example, the case related to Mr. Atalik, we didn't make any request of the Ethical Commission, it was only communication. But I propose there should be a kind of clear template, because now I don't want to go to details. There is another case, we are complaint. According to my reading, it's not a complaint for me. But this, I don't want to go to this, but there should be a clear form for the complaints, assigned by President, name. Can you imagine a complaint without a name, only federation name? There is no signature over it. So we are dealing with such a thing. There is no signature, no stamp over it. So the complaint should be in an official form, signed and stamped by Federation. I want to thank the Ethical Commission because they are doing this job free of any payment. It's really a difficult job. Everybody can attack them, even nobody will be happy maybe with the decision they take, like me. Okay, so, but this is the basic issue. If you sue someone, there is a form. You fulfill, you sign, you stamp, you put your even passport there. This you are doing it somehow. So that's a request from the Ethics Commission. If you are considering the ethical codes, also we can look at the procedure for it.
Any other comment? Okay. Now, please, sorry. Yeah, let's.
I would like to bring to your attention the point that Mr. Bharat Singh talked about. Just we had an example from that. We had a player who cheated in the tournaments, so our federation understood and banned him for 2 years or so. According to this ethics commission's suggestions, he can go other country and play, or I don't know, to continue his cheats in other tournaments. Okay, what we can do?
No, I can better clarify. I understand that it's not such an easy point. We have to clearly distinguish between a sanction imposed by a national chess federation for a violation of the FIDE Code of Ethics and a sanction for a violation of national rules. So you are mentioning cheating. Cheating for sure is a violation of FIDE Code of Ethics. So till today, there is a clear system, so a federation could appeal, could submit a complaint in front of the Ethics Commission. It was exactly what happened for the Auchan Feller case, if Leo prefer. The French Federation take a decision. This decision wasn't valid outside the French territory. This decision still probably is not valid, even in France, because probably you remember that the French Chess Federation banned Mr. Feller for 5 years, suspended for 5 years. So it's because different legal system, different jurisdiction. But the French Federation submitted a complaint to the Ethics Commission. The Ethics Commission decided and banned Mr. Feller, and our decision is valid overall the world. In the near future, there will be an additional possibility, because if a national federation admits the appeal competence to the Ethics Commission, their decision, if they are taken in accord to our FIDE rules, can have immediate application. But the player, in this case, can submit an appeal to the Ethics Commission that maybe in the future can even take immediately some provisional measures, for example, suspend the sanction, and so on. So this is a system that already existed before, and today I think is improved by the new statutes, even if this requests a great cooperation between the National Chess Federation and FIDE. But well, even if the National Chess Federation doesn't admit an appeal in front of the Ethics Commission, can in any moment submit a complaint. And as exactly as for the case of Mr. Feller and Mr. Auchan, the competence is the Ethics Commission. So this is not the case. Completely different is the case when a national chess federation suspend or expel a player for a violation of internal rules. These internal rules can be linked to chess, can even not be linked to chess. National legal orders are different, and each federations have the right to have different rules. National Federation are associations that have to respect their national legal systems. So in these cases, if a complaint is submitted to us, we have to answer, we are really sorry for people involved in the case, but it's not our competence, because our competence is just limited to the violation of the FIDE Code of Ethics. So we are discussing on something that is not into FIDE competence. In this case, well, each federation club has different rules. So, in our opinion, it's perfectly possible that a player that was suspended or expelled by one federation can be authorized to play in a different legal system. You can think many possible different cases. Well, so for these cases, we are suggesting that it is necessary, probably, to find possible solutions. But in our advisory opinion, we just tried to give an interpretation to the current rules. And in the current rules, in my opinion, in our opinion, is linked to the problem of the registration of a player. So every federation registers their players, and so there are consequences between this registration and the possibility for a player to play abroad. If the player is registered, still can play abroad. But well, if it is not, there is a problem of flag. And so we answer that probably in these cases he cannot use the flag. If the player is not registered, it's the main problem. Can he ask for another chess federation to become his member? In our opinion, yes. If he is suspended, probably we can apply the rules concerning transfer. If he is expelled, probably we don't need to apply rules concerning transfer. But okay, it is a minor problem. The real problem is the current rules for a registration by a different chess federation. In any case, ask for citizenship or residence. So for many cases, I don't want to mention specific cases, this is a rules that cannot be applied. So a player, maybe a professional player, cannot change his federation if he doesn't change his residence. I hope this is clear, and so it's different cases.
Thank you. The other one. You want to discuss this? Okay, but let's have another question. Please, some people.
It's not discussion. What I'm trying to say is, from what I've heard, Mr. Flo speaking, you said that the FIDE ethics rules are different and the National Federation rules are different. That's what he said. And so, I think the present rules is, he has given his opinion based on present rules. What I'm trying to appeal to all of us here, and especially to the chair, you need to respect the national federations. If national federation takes a decision, and if FIDE does not, on disciplinary grounds, if you don't support us, it will be difficult for any national federation to administer their game in the country. This is the only thing I want you to have in mind. The FIDE should support the national federation whenever a disciplinary measure is taken. So accordingly, please try to understand that you take a decision, you suspend the player, and FIDE says, no, I am not bothered for this, it's not correct. FIDE should stand by the federation, and probably FIDE should try to understand what is the problem if it is happy to them. But otherwise, there is no question of FIDE saying that National Federation has a different rules and we are different rules. No. You have to support the National Federation.
Just wanted to ask first a violation of ethics, code of ethics. In such cases, do you have support the federation or just start the investigation from the beginning?
The system till a couple of hours before was that there are completely parallel systems. So if a federation submits a complaint in front of us, we have to start again. We can maybe use the decision of the National Chess Federation as facts, but are facts and not, or can I say, valid decisions. So usually we have many cases in the past in which we, at the end, confirmed the decision of the competent national organs. But we had to start from the beginning, more or less. So our competence was our first instance competence, not an appeal competence. It's a little bit different, you know, because exactly there is a problem of investigations. If you are a first instance judge, you have to discover evidence, and it is very complicated for an organized athletics commission. So now we have added new instruments, new tools. We have even added an instrument, so a possibility to appoint something similar to a prosecutor. But well, but the main point is now it will be possible if a federation wants to accept an appeal competence. Of course, if accept an appeal competence has pros and cons. One point I want to underline. In any case, we will have no competence for what doesn't concern violation of fide code offense. So we are not discussing about something different from the violation of fide code offense. The first point is just violation of fide code offense. So, for example, if a national justice federation give us appeal competence, but submitting us an appeal competence for something that doesn't concern a violation of fide code of ethics, this is not our competence. We are not, not our task to, we have to respect national legal order, national rules, national justice federation. But when we are discussing about violations of fide code of ethics, this is not our competence. It's to you to decide if you want that our competence is a first instance competence or an appeal competence. Probably it's easier if we have an appeal competence, but I understand that it's a quite complicated decision for each federation.
Thank you very much, Mr. We don't have to accept, of course, the decisions of the Committee of Ethics. It's a final. Their recommendations we're going to discuss with the President. So we break here. There is an announcement. Tomorrow we come back 10 o'clock. There is an announcement.
Yes, I want to make an announcement. As you know, there were a scheduled Turkish party tonight, but because with an accident, 30 Turkish people were killed in Afyonkarahisar, our sport ministry declared a national mourning. Therefore, we had to cancel it. I am sorry, you can go there, but it cannot be called as Turkish party. Probably you'll find some there. But 8 o'clock, as you know, we have a presentation of Baku 2016 here. We are waiting for you. Thank you.